First Class Ryan Ibanez. Number 44, Private First Class Miller.
Yes, of course, we are really excited this season because, yeah, we are trying to get 4 titles. So, especially most of the clubs wants to get titles. So, we have to protect our title this season. Most of players have mental side. So, physical side, we have to improve more. So, getting better also step by step, game by game, we will continue to grow up together.
alam naman ng mga spectator and mga fans kung paano ka fit and hard player yung Army. So makikita nila since noon is hard naman talaga si Army maglaro. Pero yung tinatawag na as a player, kaya football player, kailangan talaga yung merong banggaan, football kasi yan eh. So kailangan merong angas na ipapakita yung isang player na ano. So with that is noon kasi is sobrang ano yung Army, pero sa ngayon yung physically fit ng Army is nasa ini-expect ng mga manonood na gawin namin ang lahat na makakaya namin na makikita nila na si Army is makakayang makipagsabayan sa sa FIFL. Although na all Filipino si Army kasi nga maliliit ano. So doon namin pinapakita na kahit maliliit kaya namin makipagsabayan sa Kaya is malakas na team talaga si Kaya since noon pa na UFL naging PFL. Alam naman ng Kaya kung gaano yung quality ang kalidad ng isang army player. So yung may expect nila ngayon is more on speed ni Army at hindi namin sila kayang pagsabayan sa taas. So, kailangan din namin makipagsabayan hanggat hindi start ng whistle hanggang matapos, kailangan namin sila sabayan.
Dito po sila dalawa. So, dito lang po kasi. Pero ito po yung una. Kasi ito po yung
Bali po okay lang kung pag
afternoon and welcome to the start of the 2025-26 Philippines Football League season. No less than the defending champions getting us started. Kaya FC Iloilo with a few fresh faces on this lineup. Of course, one that stands out is a player that was on the opposite side of a lot of games against Kaya. Mike Ott is going to be making his debut for the champions from Iloilo, and they're up against the Philippine Army Football Club, coming back after a season away from the league, returning here and facing the toughest possible test. So glad you could join us. Jing Hamlang and Natasha Alquiros Deto calling the action for opening day here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. We're all very excited for a start of a new and exciting season.
Definitely going to be an exciting season, rebranded, refreshed, ready for the new year. Look at the Philippine Army FC first 11. They're going to be in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Viral on the back, between the sticks, backline of Palacio, Villaseñor, Cortez, and De Guzman. Holding midfielders Acedo and Bedia. Midfielders on the left, Gumban. Attacking mid, Celes. On the right is Bernardo, and up on top is Gatinao.
And they're going to be headed by Ronel Hiner, who played many games for Philippine Army. This time he's going to be on the sideline, calling the shots on the bench as we take a look at the substitutes for both sides. Going to be very interesting to see how the reinforcements on the bench play a part in this game. Very quickly, expectations for this one, Natasha?
When you come with the game of Kaya and the likes of Army, Kaya, of course, they are the defending league champions. They've had back-to-back wins in this tournament, so you expect them to come here guns blazing. So it might be a rude awakening for Army, but at the same time, they also are the underdogs of the tournament, and they could just definitely just surprise Kaya.
And they are refreshed, renewed after a season away. Made it to the final of Ang Liga not too long ago. As we take a look at Coach Yu Hoshide, who's been at the helm at Kaya for quite some time, assisted by Coach Noy Fijidero there on the sideline. The two collaborated in making sure that they won the title. Again, as you mentioned, for a third straight time, they're gunning for 4 in this one. How do you stay hungry as a team with so much success? As we take a look at Ronel Hiner. A new role, new responsibility, and in charge of creating a new dynamic for Philippine Army that he was speaking about prior to the match. We're expecting a different aura to Philippine Army in this season.
And when you think of also all the tournaments that Philippine Army joined throughout the year, they're also fresh coming off the Ang Liga tournament. So in terms of match fitness, match sharpness, you could say that they have that advantage over Kaya, that their last game played was the PFL Cup Series.
That's right. Foray forward here. Early test for this Army back line. They get it out of dodge. Joven Bedic still leading the line for Kaya FC Iloilo, the evergreen. Man from Barotac Nuevo.
But what's interesting to see, of course, is how the new players slot in for Kaya, and as well of the shift that they have defensively as well. Player like Yamazaki, who always plays in the midfielder, now taking the role as a center back.
Arboleda cutting it back. Early chance here for Kaya. Komaki dispossessed. Shuto Komaki, the league standout from last season. Huge boost for them, keeping his services. And as you mentioned, Yamazaki has returned to the fore. Chance here. That one glanced wide by Joven Bedic.
But for the side of Kaya, as we didn't get to mention earlier, they're playing in that 4-3-3 formation. Cortez as a goalkeeper, the backline of Arboleda, Casambre, Yamazaki, and Diano. Holding midfielder in Zambrano, one of their new signings. In the midfield as well as Ott, another new signing for them. And Eso, and up on top is Melisa, Bedic, and Komaki.
Arboleda was dispossessed there. Army have an opportunity to venture forward. Attention was there. It was well anticipated by Alfredo Cortez. So man holding that midfield is the new recruit, Zambrano. Mike Ott. Earning a corner kick. There's a familiar face, Sai Villasenor. I've faced a lot of these players in training on many an occasion. Former Kaya player, now one of the rocks of defense for Coach Ronel Hiner. Without his usual partner, Baking Soriano, who has a bit of an injury. And wearing the armband. Early attempt, Yamazaki heading that one wide. Second headed effort for Kaya.
You could tell that that's going to be one of the advantages Kaya will have in this matchup. When it comes to the Philippine Army team, they don't have a lot of tall players. They have no foreigners on their side. So they're going to want to play the ball down on the ground as much as possible. It's going to be hard for them to challenge the Kaya players in the air.
Bedik, straight off, just a little early. And Coach Ronel mentioned as much in his pre-game interview, talking about wanting to avoid aerial battles as much as possible. And he talked about how there's an expectation from everyone really that a game against the Philippine Army is going to be physical, but he's been very clear about the line that they've drawn on this season, that they're not going to go over the top. They're not going to allow themselves to lose their discipline. As an Army side, they want to be able to change that usual script that they are, usual with the cards, with the referee, and people getting sent off. That's something that they want to avoid a lot this season. But still, we expect that it's going to be physical.
Definitely. Something that you'll really expect is that not only physical, but in terms of fitness, Kaya will also really be tested on their fitness capacity early on in this tournament.
Diano finding some room. Cross into the box. Zambrano. Spreading it out wide. Komaki. Bedik. It's all nice and fluid for Kaya. And that one off the crossbar, Mike Ott. Make that 3 headed efforts now for Kaya. And they're getting closer and closer.
But that fluidity and attack coming in from that left side for Kaya FC, finding those passes, the gaps in between. And a great show for Mike Ott as well. The header just hitting the crossbar, unlucky for him.
It would have taken just 5 minutes for him to open his account. Mike Ott coming fresh from a brief spell in the Cambodian Premier League.
But signing a player like Mike Ott will definitely add to the firepower on attack for the side of Kaya FC. As a veteran player who's played in the PFL for quite some time, has had spells abroad, and now to be back in the PFL.
See the intention, Japanese connection there on the left side. Yamazaki looking for that run of Komaki. Assistant referee saying he strayed just a little bit too early. It's quite interesting to see actually Yamazaki not only in the back line but on the left side of the center back pairing, given that Marco Casambre is the left-footed one. And perhaps we saw the reason why there.
But also it's going to be interesting to see how the chosen foreigner players or adepts for Kaya FC will play out. They are the team to beat. So everyone is always going to be gunning to try to beat them.
Nice run from deep. Ott setting it up. Great chance there for Jesus Meliza. Jan not finding the target. Wearing the captain's armband, by the way. That's a big development. Perhaps just rewards for the consistency that he's shown over the last few seasons. Has been a potent weapon for Coach Yu Hoshide. Chance here. Going down inside the box. No whistle as Ott hit the deck.
But it was a great pass from Komaki, finding Ott right in between those two defenders. The defense, of course, of Army, so far they've been organized.
Meliza. Headed backwards, corner kick for Army. They've been penned in, dealing with wave after wave of attack. Corner kick now from the opposite side. It's going to be Mike Ott. Outswinger. Great save. Second opportunity over the bar. And Philippine Army can breathe here.
Defensive players of Kaya just helping out on attack every time that there's been a corner. One of the center backs or defensive players of Kaya have been on the end of it. Hitting again the crossbar another time in a row. We've noticed that they can be deadly. Kaya can be deadly when it comes to the corner kick and the set piece opportunities.
Parang pinakinggan nila yung pre-game interview, no? Gusto nyo bang iwasan yung mga aerial battles, ha? It's been 4, at least, headed efforts for Kaya. Army really struggling to deal with those attacks in the air. Ball over the top. Eric Esso is offside. Carl Viral was not taking any chances. Was quick to meet him. Army now looking for an opportunity to express themselves. Oof, Cortez. That's great anticipation from the goalkeeper. It could have been a very tricky situation given the run. Renz Gumban attacking the space.
Of course, when you're a goalkeeper and you come out, you have to time those to perfection.
10 minutes gone. Been a bit of one-way traffic, I suppose, as expected by many. The defending champions imposing themselves early on here. Meliza getting it to Bedik. He's gonna fire it left-footed. Wonderful goal! Opening the scoring in the 2025-26 season, and he does it in style. A left-footed low rocket opens the scoring for Kaya FC Iloilo.
Janjan Meliza finding the run of Bedik. There were 4 defenders around him, but no one really closing Bedik down. He had that short time and space, takes it, bottom right. Great work from Bedik.
Local connection paying off. Nice little nutmeg from Meliza to find the space. Teeing up his longtime teammate, Bedik, doing what he does best. Finding the back of the net. Could be a second here in a hurry. Komaki. That's a foul. Zambrano caught. Gonna be a free kick from distance. Of
course, the defending league champions. Only 12 minutes to be able to break the deadlock, get on the score sheet.
You could say Army had done well to keep them out for that long. Kaya have been all gas, no brakes to start things off. Eliza and Ott over the ball. Looks like Ott's going to take it. Looked like it was going wide, but Viral was not going to take a chance. Palms that one out for a corner kick. And a lot of corner kicks that they've had to deal with.
And another thing, of course, that you notice is that Ott and Zambrano, they just seamlessly fit in already in the Kaya system.
Lisa's ball. Another clean attempt for Diano. Looking for the quick counter. This is where it gets a bit tricky for Army. They're so hungry to attack quickly when they do get the ball. They've been guilty of giving it away too easily, and Jovan Bidik punishes Philippine Army. No offside flag is up. It would have been a lovely connection once more between Melisa and Bidik. Or rather, it's Diano who stayed up. Let's have a look at it. The offside might have been for Diano. Ooh, it's tight. Might have been just off. Bidik so close to making it 2. It was a lovely header.
It's also a great delivery from Diano. That curl of the pass, just perfectly finding the run of Bidik, but no goal. Could have been also Bidik who was offside. But nonetheless, Kaya continuously on the pounce. They're already up 1-0.
Of course, there were question marks heading into this match. What kind of Kaya we were going to see. Komaki offside. Kaya sending a message early on.
And also, when you think of the format of the Philippine Football League, there is a lot to play for. The winner of the tournament at the end of the 3 rounds of the league will get the ACL second playoff spot, as well as the slot for the Shopee Cup.
All right, so it's a double whammy if you are the champ. Certainly huge opportunity as that one is guided out. Roynick Bernardo looking to attack. Diano just shielding him out. But back to the incentives of this league. As you mentioned, it's a 3-round league. We'll talk about the dynamics of that in a short span of time, but ACL2 playoff. And if you don't make it through the playoff, you are still guaranteed continental football.
Yes, so if you don't make it through in that playoff matchup, you do have a guaranteed slot in the AFC Challenge League. While for the second place of the whole tournament, they also get a playoff spot at the end of the 3 rounds of the league. So the second place also get a playoff spot.
So top 2 spots are absolutely crucial. Of course, if you finish, you have to finish in the top 6 after the first 2 rounds, which are a double round robin to start things off. That header straight into the hands of Viral. So a double round robin that includes the full 11 teams after which you will be separated into two groups. The top 6 will move into the championship round, with places 7 to 11 moving on into the classification. And then, as we mentioned, the teams that finish top 2 will get the opportunity to have continental football. It's going to be a long league as well, with 3 rounds. Lots of action to look forward to in this 2025-26 season.
Lots of action, a lot to play for. Pride locally, but at the same time, the international spots.
Chance here, cut back. A wall of white in front of the Kaya attacker.
So far, we're just really seeing that interplay of Kaya FC, able to swing the ball from left to right side, and at the same time, again, finding the gaps in between, connecting with the runners, well-timed passes, and great execution.
Army being caught out quite a bit. Kaya exploiting the spaces. Villaseñor needing a moment to recover.
If you take a look at their head-to-head as well between Kaya and Army, Kaya has been on the dominant end of those two. The last time that these two teams went against each other was in June 2024 during the PFL League, and Kaya won a dominant 6-0 victory against them. You have the likes of Diano and Komaki, who were goal scorers during that time that they did win 6-0.
That was at the Iloilo Sports Complex. Crucial victory for Kaya on their run to the title.
So the last 5 times that Army and Kaya have went against each other, Kaya have won all 5 times.
They're up here, making life difficult for Army, who are doing well navigating the pressure. Whistle blown by John Pineda. Army going to win a free kick here. It's been a rare one that they've had a call go their way. Eso had a nibble. Melisa taking that touch out. Army now with an opportunity to spend a bit of time in the opposition half. Shadowed by Casambre. Looking for a way through was Renz Gumban. Might be familiar to some who follow the UAAP, former UST player. Loose touch though. Zambrano getting some distance. A strong touch there. This is where Army have struggled, dealing with this wide threat. Arboleda looking for that cutback. They haven't seemingly had a solution to this wide threat. Again, Arboleda. Lots of room to pick Joven out. Offside once more. Offside at the edge of the box. Joven Bidik looking particularly lively early on. Yamazaki being tested here for pace. Not taking any chances. It seemed for a moment that Yamazaki was on his way out. Of course, known as a distributor in midfield. Great passing range. For a moment, there were some thank yous, there were some goodbyes. It seemed he was off to a different adventure. And then surprise, surprise, he has come back to Kaya FC Iloilo, much to the raving and happiness of the support of this club. What are your thoughts on the return of Yamazaki, Natasha? And in a new position as well.
So that's why it's going to be interesting how this season pans out. Because when you think of Kaya FC and how they've spent their time during this window, they've really reinforced their attack. They've added a Brazilian player up on top. They have Kenshiro Daniels, Mike Ott. So they've really invested now in having a stronger attack. And decided not that they didn't feel the need to add new defensive players despite losing their center back, Akito Saito, who I thought was really fantastic as a center back.
Chance here, bit of disarray from the defense. Diano.
So it's going to be a tall order to ask from Yamazaki. Because he's not exactly the biggest or the most physical player. But let's see how he slots in now with the defensive duty.
Chance here, Mike Ott finds the side netting. Opens his account for Kaya FC Iloilo. Expertly finished.
And it's just as smooth can be. He had two players around him, but he saw that smallest of space, that smallest of gap in between the two players, and fires that at the back of the net. Absolute 10 for 10 quality for Mike Ott.
You see the reaction from him. I do this all the time. Nonchalant from Mike Ott. It's a nice cushion now for Kaya FC Iloilo. Just over the halfway point of this opening half. They're in command and in control of this contest. Nice exchange from Army.
Then again, you are also going against the defending champions. And I think that the two times that Kaya have been able to score, it's because the players in the middle of the park, right outside the box, they have time and space to receive and to even think, if I'm going to shoot on the left side or the right side, between the center backs or the defensive midfielder, you have to close that down. You can't allow players like Bedik or Ott to have time and space just outside the box, because these are sharp shooters and they'll definitely find the back of the net.
For all the headers that Kaya have had, it's been two fantastic strikes from outside that have done the damage. And Army getting a reintroduction to this level of football. Of course, they made it to the final of Ang Liga, but that's a competition that was comprised of a lot of college teams and other armed forces sides. This is the pinnacle of Philippine football that they're up against this afternoon. Nice little exchange. Not too many options inside the box, though. Celis forced to delay. Army getting numbers forward. Zambrano with a nice block. Komaki in space on the left side. Bedik on the overlap. And that is good defending from Army. Tracking the run well.
But for Army, when it comes to their attack, they really need to make quicker decisions when they do have the ball. They had the personnel, they had players in different positions, but Bernardo just took a touch too many and a few seconds too many holding that ball. Eventually, Zambrano was able to close him down.
Komaki now set to take this. It's a good corner kick. Viral with a touch. Kaya will be disappointed if they are unable to convert at one point in this game from a set piece. Had plenty of opportunities. Komaki looking to curl that one. And you expect this is going to take a toll physically as well on Army, as fit as they are. Despite training all year round and being match fit, all this running and chasing the ball, it's going to be quite difficult for them. Possession has definitely been very one-sided. Chance for Bidik. Saw the intention.
Tried to be cheeky there.
Casambre.
And that's also the confidence that Kaya bring. They're already up 2-0, 28 minutes in this game. They've had 6 or so attempts.
Arboleda, a nice little stop-start to draw in the tackle. Play on, says the referee. Advantage given. Marco Casambre. Yamazaki is clipped. It's first time that Diano is offside. Army playing a very high line, actually. Been successful in getting quite a few offside calls against Kaya. And Yamazaki has stayed down here.
So far, when it comes to those through balls in between the players, since Army are organized, they're able to get those offside calls. But it's when Kaya possess it and bring it out to the wings, when their wingers end up taking the wing backs down the line, then they're able to break down the defense of the Philippine Army.
Letting that run. Nice little drop of the shoulder from Bernardo. Trying to get this ball inside the box. Still in play, chance here. And Cortez forced into a stop, but in the end it's pulled back as that ball had strayed out of bounds right there.
But the best chance we've seen so far from Army. When you do think about it, despite the number of attacks of Kaya, when you think about it the other way, it's still also 2-0 only. So Army are still very much in this matchup.
Komaki and Ott have combined well in this game. Ott given room. Bidik trying to touch that onto Arboleda, who had carried on his run. The fullbacks have been extra attackers for Kaya in this match. Esso. Back to Zambrano. Arboleda under pressure and dispossessed. Army looking to counter, and Meliza puts a stop to that emphatically. Bidik assessing his options. Scooping it for Komaki. He's onside. Couldn't find a teammate. Attack breaks down. Sayang yun para sa Kaya. Komaki waiting until he had a really clear sight of goal.
You're also seeing another strength of Kaya. That in the attacking third, when they do lose the ball, they're also quick in transition from attack to defense, back to attack again.
Saw there, Casambre on the front foot. It's a looped ball. Second ball will fall for Army. That's going to be a whistle blown against Zambrano. Clever footwork from Roynick Bernardo. He's been amongst those that have been lively for Army. Ito makikita natin. Knocks it past. It's pushed. In fact, if the whistle wasn't blown, pwede sila mag-play on.
At least now, with a set-piece opportunity in a dangerous area, they can send more players on the attack.
Of course, vertically medyo challenged dito ang Army. We'll see if they have a little set play in their back pocket. Whether or not it's just going to be a ball into the box for John Celis. Celis' ball. Headed away. Meliza gets it wide. Anticipate yung bola ni Bedik, but he gets it right back. Komaki. Eso, the willing runner, is going to go for it. Not offside ang itatawag kay Eric Eso. He is disappointed. He made the run in support. Wasn't able to receive the pass, the Ghanaian. Eric Eso. Wide, Bedik. Looks like it's going to be handball. Probably going to be a penalty. Arms were raised. Jovan Bedik was looking to curl that one. And it's very likely he's going to take this penalty. Let's have a look at it. Yeah.
There's a handball inside the box. And even though Komaki already was slotting that in, the whistle was blown. It was called before he took the shot.
And look at this. It's going to be Jan Meliza to take it. Captain's authority now. Jovan Bedik displaced of his usual role as spot kick taker. Meliza trying to get in on the scoring. Can he make it 3? Meliza sends Viral the wrong way. 3-0 now to Kaya.
Jan Meliza, captain, leading on the pitch. No doubt about that penalty. Takes that one low and hard, bottom right corner. Keeper goes the other way. Makes it 3-0 for Kaya FC Iloilo.
And that one hurts for Philippine Army, particularly as they were kind of finding their way in the game.
When you think of Jan Meliza as well, you know, he's had such a great journey in Philippine football. With FEU, he was always one of the target players, brought them to championships at the UAP level. He was also the designated PK taker for Stallion Laguna when he was with them once upon a time. And now to see him to grow into the spot as a captain for Kaya FC, it says a lot about his work ethic and his quality.
33 years of age now, Jan Meliza. He's represented the national team. He's played at the very pinnacle of Philippine football. As you mentioned, now been rewarded with the armband with the defending champions. Quite a rise for the man from Iloilo. Was La Paz his hometown? Army in transition. They're going to go for it. Well over the bar in the end.
Bit impatient with that attack. Celis just tries his luck from distance.
Got tempted by the positioning of Cortez, who likes to be high up off his line. The execution needed to be perfect. Quick look at our goal scorers. Bidik got us started 12 minutes in. Ott doubled the lead 13 minutes later, and Meliza from the penalty spot to make it 3.
Again, this is the opening fixture for the Philippine Football League 2025-2026 season, featuring 11 teams.
Touch was heavy from Arboleda. The exchange was good on the left side. He's looking to control it inside the box before taking a shot. Probably thinking now he could have taken it first time.
But 38 minutes in, and Kaya just comfortably in the driver's seat for this matchup so far. You know that Army can't wait to get to halftime. Try to just regroup and reset.
Zambrano. Yamazaki releasing Komaki on the left side. Can cut inside, and he does. That's saved by Viral. A lot of dynamism in the attack of Kaya.
And as you talked about earlier, the Japanese connection, we've seen it time and time again in this matchup.
Nice little turn from Yamazaki. It's led to a player going down for Army. Might have gotten stepped on the turn. Diano, edge of the box. Army finding room on the right side. A lot of players forward for Kaya. It's so important here for Army that they could keep possession. Take the pressure off their gas tank a little bit. They're going to exploit the space. Yamazaki coming over. Definitely contact. But did he get the ball first? That is going to be something to take a closer look at. Gumban making the run for the men in white. Let's have a look at it here. Ooh.
You'd say that Gumban had that touch to the ball before Yamazaki got a touch to the player.
Not sure Yamazaki got the ball there. It would have been a free kick, not a penalty. Contact was made outside the box, but nevertheless, ball went the way of Kaya. Arboleda, great pocket of room. Looking for Meliza. He's looking for the high reward option. The risk was also there, too close to the goalkeeper. Yamazaki getting there first. Army with their tails up a little bit, but it's a poor pass given away. Esso, wide of the target.
Feel that frustration of Viral, the goalkeeper for Philippine Army. Again, Kaya FC able to have those short passes, and at the same time, outside the box, players having time and space to take their chances, to be able to take shots comfortably.
Army looking to play out the back here, looking to build up, but they've given it away cheaply. Mike Ott wriggling free and setting up a teammate. Oh, how did that not go into the back of the net? Komaki, and this time no mistake from Mike Ott. The flag has stayed down. That's going to be the easiest goal he'll score this season.
To his defense, he set up Komaki perfectly. But Komaki, though not able to finish, eventually giving the assist back to Mike Ott.
One more look at it here. All alone at the far post. Let's have a look at it here. Clearly onside. It looked like he was just behind as that ball went back. Close. Mike Ott adds to his tally here. It's a brace for him. Siguro si Mike Ott lang yung kilala kong parang galit siya pag nakakagol no? Nakasimangot eh.
But you could tell that he's just hungry.
Hunting a hat trick is Mike Ott, and he's inside the box here as this ball is sent in. Finding the pocket. Army finding room. The touch was heavy. Yamazaki able to step in. Arboleda now. He's got space to run. Zambrano in support. Eso touches it on. Arboleda with a chance. He's offside. Eric Eso has gone down on the play as well. Looked like he took contact as he released that ball. That'll bring Fizio onto the pitch. As we see confirmation of 2 minutes to be added on to this opening half.
But so far, how Kaya have been playing, they're just kicking off right where they left off at the end of the league. You see as well players like Arboleda playing that left back position, but very much helping out as an outlet on the attack. And as well as Mardiano on that right side as well. And you could see how they interplay when Arboleda comes up and helps on that left side. Diana tucks in and at the opposite side as well. And that's also what happens when you retain a lot of your players year by year by year. So your players already know each other. They know how they play. And it's just easier for new players to fit into the system that you've already created that has worked so far for the last 3 seasons.
That familiarity really paying off for Kaya. Smooth from everyone involved. Zambrano and Ott, the debutants, certainly don't look out of place in this opening fixture. Senor stepping forward.
Of course, Kaya FC with the Champions League to match up September 18 as well against Tampines Rovers.
Actually, malaking bagay yung laro na to in preparation for that. Of course, Kaya heading into an international break coming up, so there's not going to be any fixtures for a couple weeks for anyone in the PFL. So important to hit the ground running, get a bit of positivity and familiarity brewing as they head into that big match against Tampines. And there is the halftime whistle. Kaya FC Iloilo with a commanding performance to start off this opening fixture. 4 goals to the good. Mike Ott with a brace. A great way to start his Kaya career, as Philippine Army have a mountain to climb with 45 minutes still to come. Your assessment of the first half, Natasha?
As we said, it's been a lot of things going well for Kaya. The interplay they've played from different manners, most especially from their wingers, being able to connect with the players just outside the box. And again, this is good preparation for them for their Champions League fixture. And you take a look at the halftime stats, 72% for possession for Kaya FC. And not just that, possession turned into attempts, turned into goals. And that's exactly how you want to start the league, especially if you are the defending champions.
4 goals, great entertainment from the defending champions. We've got second half action still to look forward to. You're right here at the Philippines Football League opening fixture of the 2025-26 season. We've got more coming your way. Joven Bidik getting the scoring started in style in this new season. Off the mark in a big way there. Great strike. Left-footed effort. There were a lot of headed attempts from the wide areas. And goes to show just how prolific Kaya were from the wide areas. A lot of these attacks coming from Komaki, Arboleda on the wings, Diano on the opposite side, and Meliza. This one, a blocked attempt. Philippine Army were actually valiant in their attempts to keeping Kaya out and keeping the scoreline down, but just wave after wave of attack from Kaya, and this was Mike Ott opening his account for Iloilo. Great strike from outside as well.
And it was a great pass from Komaki to find Mike Ott. Mike Ott with time and space, 3 defenders around him, no one really approaching him, found the gap in between to make that 2-0.
These are from the penalty spot. After a handball inside the box, the freshly minted captain putting that one away emphatically. 3-0 at this point. A hint of controversy there with that non-call. And this one, yan talagang tap in para kay Mike Ott. That gave him his 2nd and Kaya's 4th on the day, and that's how we stand at this moment in time. Very busy was Carl Viral in goal. 4-0. Good value for this scoreline, I would say. The defending champions, Natasha?
Definitely, and you can take a look at the halftime stats. 72% possession, 22 shots, 13 on a target. They were able to convert 4 to make it 4-0 right at halftime. Hindi yan full-time stats, halftime stats pa lang yan.
Grabe yung output dito ng defending champions. They've definitely put in a lot of pressure on this Philippine Army side, who are being welcomed back to the top flight of Philippine football in a very alarming way for them. Definitely this is going to be, you know, a lesson for them in what to expect this season. Because when we take a look at the lineup this year, of course it's an 11-team league this time around. We had some returnees like Garelli and Philippine Army. The lineup, Tuloy is here. The lineup is quite interesting when you look at it, and you have to take into consideration that a lot of the teams have improved drastically as well. You'd expect that this is going to be a very exciting season for all teams involved.
It's going to be a tight competition at the top of the table, mid-table, and even at the bottom as well. As we said, you also have the rebranded Aguilas, the rebranded Maharlika, who were very busy as well during this window season to be able to get better players and to create their squad, a refreshed, rebranded. Later, we're also going to see Valenzuela, PB Mendiola up against, of course, Manila Digger. Manila Digger, also a very young team, already finished 2nd in the league, just 1 point shy of Kaya. So you could say that it's going to be a great incoming season for all these 11 teams. As we said, it's going to be a 3-round robin matchup, 2 full round robin matches among all the 11 teams. And then the 3rd round, it's going to be a split, the top 6 and the bottom 5.
So going to be very interesting, and as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, a lot on the line. Continental football for the champion, playoff into the ACL2, as well as a place in the Shopee Cup, and that's big, as we're seeing over the last 2 editions of the Shopee Cup. So many great games that you could have at your disposal. Such a big reward for an entire squad. And of course, the 2nd placer will have that playoff spot into the Challenge League. So fantastic incentives for everyone involved. And of course, the pride of being the very best in the Philippines as well. Look at this lineup. We are in store for a lot of exciting games, but the team to beat, quite clearly, Kaya FC Iloilo, and they're throwing out a statement very early on here in this match, starting things off in a big way. And they're already out on the pitch, getting ready for this 2nd half. Philippine Army still chatting things over.
Philippine Army, of course, really have to dig deep here for the second half. 4-0 at halftime. We took a look at the halftime stats. 72% possession for Kaya FC. Countless attempts. 4 goals already. So now for Army, it's really just trying to figure it out, most especially in the back. They got a bit frantic. And in terms of responsibility, knowing who takes who, especially outside the box, it's going to play a key factor into making sure the scoreline stays at this deficit.
You'd expect Coach Yu Hoshide will be saying more of the same. Heading into this one, keep the foot on the gas. And for Coach Ronel Hiner, it must have been a pretty tricky halftime talk. Can't expect too much from his side in terms of being able to scale or overturn such a deficit against a mighty opponent like Kaya, but you want them to be able to assert themselves in a particular way here in this second half. And as you mentioned, perhaps finding a solution to the threat in the wide areas to try to shut that down would go a big way in turning things around for them in this next 45.
For Philippine Army, of course, it's just those minimizing those errors and being more alert to your defensive responsibilities. For Kaya FC, of course, this is a chance for them to also be able to rotate their squad a bit more. Make sure that everyone gets that match fitness again coming into the break. They will have another game, though, on September 13, if I'm not mistaken, against Aguilas. And then on September 18 is their Champions League 2 matchup against Tampines Rovers. So you want the whole team to be already clicked and ready.
It looks like Kenshiro Daniels is going to be back on the pitch. Can't really say it's his debut for Kaya. It's his third stint with the side. And he's going to be kicking things off here in the second half. Simone Rota has checked in as well. Simone Rota on in place of Marco Casambre. And Kenshiro Daniels takes the place of Joven Bedic. Paulo Bugas has checked in as well. He's on in place of Eric Eso. There have been changes for Kaya as well, or for Philippine Army. So we're going to see Ryan Desena, Miller Akiapat, and Nestorio Margarcia Jr. check into the game for Philippine Army. Boogie Margarcia still playing at the top flight of Philippine football.
And again, a closer look at the 3 substitutions made for the side of Kaya FC. Kenshiro Daniels comes in, as well as Bugas and Simone Rota. And for the side of Philippine Army, they have also made 3 substitutions as well.
So we'll see how this impacts the game. But a debut for Paulo Bugas. Suiting up for Kaya. We're going to see how he affects the game in the middle of the pitch. Simone Rota, of course, no stranger to life at the back for Kaya. 40 years of age now, Simone Rota. Still a mainstay in this Kaya squad. Yamazaki. Arboleda making the run. shadowed by Villaseñor. Bugas. Daniels unable to get to that. Diano gets it wide. Gets away from Bugas, but he recovers well. Yamazaki switching it to Meliza. It's a good ball into the box. Headed away by Miller Aquiapat, who's come off the bench. A player mula sa Arellano, itong si Aquiapat. Another corner kick for Kaya. Mike Ott will keep his place. Ball into the box. Headed away by Cortez. It's going to be another corner kick.
As we said, those corner kicks for Kaya.
They've been adding up. Bugas going for it from distance, and that's tipped over the bar.
It's a great chance from their newly signed player, Paulo Bugas. Came from Yumac Aguilas, played well for them in the previous season. It's a great shot from distance. Kept that one on target, had the firepower to it. Viral was quick on the action as well and able to tip that over.
Yamazaki blocked on the line.
But again, as we said, the corners have been adding up. Set piece opportunities have been adding up for Kaya FC, but they haven't been able to convert.
Rota finds Komaki. Komaki is caught on the release. Cell is coming up a bit late.
But you gotta love it from Army that they're trying to close down the players quicker. Of course, not give away the fouls, but they're trying to close down players such as Komaki much quicker than they did in the first half.
We spoke a little bit about their cultural rebrand, itong Philippine Army, and we have seen it on display today. There hasn't been any extra motions. There hasn't been anything cynical from them. It has been physical. It has been competitive from them. But you don't see that, perhaps, that attitude that has been patented in the past where sort of the emotions get the better of them. They've been firm, but they've been fair.
And of course, the head coach in charge of this change transition, Ronel Henner, to help reboot and rebrand the Philippine Army.
Himself, no stranger to the referee's book, pero si Coach Ronel, siguro in terms of experience, no, makakapag isa sa mga pinakamagandang tao na pwede magsalita tungkol sa pagiging, how should you say, emotional on the pitch. And now he's got an opportunity with a wiser head above his shoulders now to share his lessons to the younger generation.
That was spot on put.
So, chance dito para sa Philippine Army, may corner kick sila. Celis with an opportunity to test Cortez in goal. Heading into the box. That one wayward going forward, but it has fallen kindly. Defended well. Kaya under a bit of pressure here. We haven't said that much in this contest. Zambrano.
But Kaya, even with that pressure put on them, they were able to diffuse it and at the same time keep possession.
Babalik kay Rota. What? Dropping into the pocket. And Melisa looking to switch it. There were no runners though. Perhaps anticipating that Komaki was going to make the run. Villaseñor stepping forward, carrying well. Until that last touch, everyone is onside. Komaki, low. Palmed away by Viral. Kaya moving the ball quickly.
Even to build up on that attack, Zambrano doing well in that midfield to win back possession and create that quickly into a quick counter-attack.
Daniels cushioning that into Komaki. Bugas. What? Gets it back to Bugas. Chance here. It's a lovely finish, but it's offside.
You could feel that scream all the way up here from Bugas. That frustration that it was offside.
Would love to see that again, as it was a fantastic exchange between Komaki and Bugas.
But the complete team effort as well to get on that attacking end.
Nakikita din natin yung fluidity ng atake ng Kaya. Of course, Bugas playing in that central midfield area, finding himself out on the wing before making that exchange. A glimpse into just how potent this attack can be and the different configurations in which we might see Kaya attack this season.
And as we said, that was already with 3 substitutions for the side of Kaya. Daniels, who has come in for Bedik, Bugas, who came in for Eso, and Rota, who came in for Casabre. But it's like for like. They didn't skip a beat at all. The interchange has been great from the get-go in the first half, and they just continued off where they left off here at the second.
Simone has been finding that switch of play quite regularly. Ott just wasn't able to control right away. Celis, good use of the body. And that is a crucial tackle from Yamazaki. If he had missed that, Army would have been clean through.
But now, just Army finding them with a little bit of a breather.
I have to appreciate the response of Army from the break. Disheartening to be down 4-0, but they've come back with a vigor in the second half. Can't be dilly-dallying around Melisa. He's taking it away. Hindi lang nakalusot yung pasa kay Daniels. Zambrano.
How quickly Kaya were able to win back possession, not wasting any moment.
Diano is just looking to curl that one on the ground for Daniels to latch onto. It's touched away. Komaki has got a lot of help in the central areas. Daniels looking to pull the trigger. Well blocked. Argarse. Gonna thread the needle. Rota anticipating the danger.
So again, if you're just joining us, it's the opening fixture for the 2025-2026 season of the Philippine Football League. It's Kaya FC, Iloilo, the defending champions, against Philippine Army FC. And at the moment, Kaya are up 4-0.
Fantastic opportunity just over the bar. Daniels just inside the box.
But that's the space that they've really been able to exploit, that space right outside the box. He did have time and space to at least try to keep that one on target.
Be a bit disappointed with that, Kenshiro Daniels, given his quality. Pero napakalaking bagay na nakapag-add yung Kaya ng firepower. You felt that they missed Harvey Gayoso last season. Of course, was the leading scorer when he departed for Cambodia. And now you're getting a sense that there's going to be a lot of edge to that attack. If Daniels can find the back of the net here, much needed confidence upon his return to Kaya will bode this Kaya attack well.
Not just that, of course, you have Mike Ott as well, who's already found the back of the net twice.
Iza switching the play. Komaki getting to the ball. Finding a bit of room.
And as we said for Mike Ott, it only took him 12 minutes in a Kaya jersey to find 25 minutes rather, 25 minutes in a Kaya jersey to find the back of the net.
He's definitely going to be wanting an opportunity to get a debut hat trick. Komaki firing just wide.
And it's glimpses like that, moments like that, where you can tell why he is the MVP from last season. Just able to wiggle some room to fake the defender, take a shot, just a few inches off. But it's just quick work from Komaki always, whether it's to give the assist to his teammate or to able to beat the player on a 1v1 opportunity.
On the hour mark now. It's been 16 minutes for Philippine Army, keeping out Kaya. If you're celebrating small wins, that's definitely something to be quite pleased about. Kung ikaw si Coach Ronel Hiner, a bit more resolute to start off the second half. But the chances have been there as well for Kaya. Daniels curving the run well. Meliza falling for Daniels here. Finds the room and buries it. Composure inside the box. Mula kay Kenshiro Daniels gets him off the mark.
And what a way for Kenshiro Daniels to just reintroduce himself to the Kaya FC fans, dribbling his way through the three defenders around him and showing great composure, skill, and class just outside that 6-yard box.
Fantastic work as well, must be said, from Janjan Meliza. The speed and the awareness to just delicately knock that one back for Daniels, but still a bit of work for Kenshiro. As you said, buried in style. Great footwork from Kenshiro Daniels. That's now 5 for Kaya.
another thing to look forward to in this rebranded, rebooted season of the Philippine Football League. Of course, we also have Sports Tribe, the official ball sponsor of the 2025-2026 PFL season.
Whistle blown by McJohn Pineda. Opportunity to recover here for one of the players of Army that took a bit of a hit. Looks like it's Joshua Gatinao. Play resuming with Kaya on the ball.
Five 5-0 so far for Kaya FC Iloilo. Bedeco opened the account. Ott doubled it up. Melisa made it 3. Ott got a brace right before halftime. And Kenshiro Daniels makes it 5-0.
Substitution para sa Army. Jemar Cortez lalabas para kay Quezon Jumawan. Like for like. Change at center back. First touch for the substitute. Sel is caught offside.
It's been a quiet day at the top for Gatinao.
Yamazaki. Looking for that run of Melisa. Flag is up. Would have been cleaned through.
That's a confirmation of the substitution. Jumawan came in for Cortez. Backline has had to do a lot for the Philippine Army, so the change in personnel definitely necessary. As we said, it's much more tiring to continuously defend than it is to attack. And when Kaya, especially that halftime stat wherein they had 72% of possession, you know that the defensive line has been working at overtime.
Chance here for Kaya. Lofted in. Kumaki on the turn, that's blocked. Ott firing it left-footed across goal. Bugas. Cross it into the box. Oof. Acrobatic header out for a corner. Jumawan getting to that one. Kaya causing chaos inside the box. Mike Ott to take this. Again, Kaya still unable to convert from the corner. And that one's going to be cleared away. Arboleda. Rota spots the run. Melisa in acres of room. He's gonna square this. Medyo mabigat lang. Babagsak para kay Paulo Bugas. Curls it. Diano getting his head to it. Out for a goal kick.
Let's take a round up again of how this tournament and the competition works. As we said, it's going to be a triple round robin. The first 2 among the 11 teams, and the third where it's halved.
Daniels putting it on a plate, and Komaki somehow unable to find the back of the net.
Surprising as well. That was a perfect ball right behind that defensive line. The curl perfectly for Komaki. That's on a silver platter.
Not a player you'd expect a miss like that from. And there's going to be a substitution now here for Kaya. Looks like Martini Rey is going to be checking in alongside Marwin Angeles, and that'll be it for the debutant Brandon Zambrano. At si Mike Ott ay hindi na rin makakakuha ng tsansang makuha ang kanyang hat-trick as he comes off. The two debutants for Kaya make way.
That's also one of the advantages of having scored already 5 goals for your squad. For the side of Kaya, now you're able to rotate your players.
Cutting inside. It's good speed initially, just not on the same wavelength. First touch now for Martini Rey. Marvin Angeles. Kaya knocking the ball around nicely here. Komaki. Daniels trying to corral that. Komaki now, finally, into the back of the net for the Japanese winger.
Komaki, not a fan of the easy goals. But that was great work from connecting with Daniels. Komaki faking the defenders and the goalkeeper as well. He seemed like he was going to shoot, going for that further post. But cuts that in and goes first post. Great work from Komaki to find the back of the net.
That's 6 for the defending champions. Shuto Komaki now amongst the scorers. I believe 5 different goal scorers for this one. Philippine Army on the wrong end of a similar scoreline. The last time they faced off, it ended like this. That was back in 2024, more than a year ago. A season where Philippine Army ended with just 2 wins. Finished second from bottom in the table. Coach Ronel Hiner is going to be hoping for a different story this season. Perhaps difficult to gauge after a match like this. What positives are you seeing from Philippine Army here, Natasha? Of course, it is the start of a long season ahead. Anything you're seeing that they can build off from?
For Philippine Army, of course, it's when they do get the ball, they've been impatient on their attacks as well. They need to be more confident to be able to possess the ball, just to keep possession a little bit longer. But as you said, it's hard when you're going against the defending champions, Kaya FC, Iloilo. But a good gauge for them, again, defensively. Which personnel can do best?
Martini Rey, there's a good run from him. But that shot directly at the goalkeeper. Ugas finding Daniels. Second opportunity, squares it for Komaki. And it's back-to-back for Shuto Komaki. And this time, obliging with the easy finish. Good work from Bugas and Daniels. And again, it's just much too easy, all alone there. Nobody in his vicinity.
Even had the time and space to take an extra touch before finding the back of the net. Shuto Komaki now being able to score 2 goals in the span of 5 minutes.
Brace for Shuto Komaki. There's going to be a substitution as John Art Lunaspe checks in. Seven goals already for the defending champions. Weren't as prolific in front of goal in the last season as they were 2 seasons ago, where they were invincible. Only suffered 1 draw in that 2024 season. The rest were wins and conceded only 5 goals, and they scored plenty in that one. We're a bit stunted in the 2024-25 season, but it seems they're getting back into scoring ways.
And so you could say that those in the window being able to add more attacking firepower for the side of Kaya has definitely paid off. Again, having the likes of Daniels, Ott, to help and add on the attack, but at the same time being able to retain players like Melisa, Bedik, and Komaki.
Ball in behind. Cortez at the edge of the box, quick to snap that up. There hasn't been a lot to do for Cortez.
Close look again at Sai Villaseñor.
"14 minutes to go in this one. Still just the start of the action for our doubleheader on this Saturday. Martin Rey making the run. Viral quick to step in. We've seen the defending champions in action this afternoon. We're also going to see the team that finished in second a little later on, 7 o'clock. Manila Digger will take on the new and improved Valenzuela PB Mendiola.
And of course, this season, we're going to see 11 teams for this league. And as we said, everything's going to be closer as ever, with more teams really just that more competitive this time around.
Daniels cutting inside, finds Komaki, and fires that one into Viral's head. That's a painful one for the goalkeeper. Not an easy job being a goalkeeper, putting your body on the line, but this one straight to the dome. Ouchies.
And Carl Jupiter Viral. Just brave, confident goalkeeping from him. He just faced on Komaki square on.
You gotta love the sportsmanship here. Eunice closer from the Kaya bench, making her way to the player immediately. It is a head injury. You want to be able to provide treatment as soon as possible to check on the player. He seems to be all right. It's great to see. It's been a tough game for Carl Viral.
He's definitely had to do a lot for the side of Philippine Army FC. And the scoreline could have even been much more.
Sa headers pa lang, mga 4 o 5 na yun that were pretty close. Carl Viral also helping in touching a few past the bar. It's been busy work for Carl Viral.
You could see he's most probably going to be subbed off. You take, of course, head injuries, concussions very seriously.
No surprise that he's been rocked here. It was so close in proximity. It went straight to his head, and it was the side of his head as well, close to the temple. Stretcher is out. And I wonder if they still have an opportunity to sub here. Of course, there's 3 windows where you can make substitutions. They made a substitution at halftime. That's not a window. But after that, I believe they've made at least 2. So
But
they may have a window. Or even if it is a concussion,
Yeah.
then no problem. Especially for a goalkeeper. So we may see John Kent De La Riarte introduced momentarily, waving away the need for a stretcher here. Carl Viral, you gotta like that. He's got the facilities to be able to walk it off. So ito na nga, papasok si De La Riarte. Puts an end to Viral's game. De La Riarte will get 9 minutes plus added time.
And everyone, of course, applauding the efforts made by Carl Viral.
Play resumes. Kai with the ball. Eliza checking in. Bugas sets up Komaki, and it's going to be an easy goal for Martini Ray. Gotta love that from the substitute, able to contribute right away.
And that back heel pass from Bugas to Komaki. And then being able to see Martini Ray right behind that defensive line. He made sure to stay on side. Komaki finding Martini Ray. Martini Ray, of course, a standout from FEU back at his UAP days. It's good to see him getting more playing time for Kaya FC.
And you can see not many celebrations today from the Kaya players, but Martini Ray was pumped to get that one into the back of the net. And that makes 3 Ilonggos on the score sheet after Melissa and Bidik. I'd be quite pleased with that. Itong kupunan ng Kaya FC Iloilo.
It's good to see how the substitutes completely just able to slot in perfectly for the players that they took over. As we said with Bugas, he hasn't found the back of the net, but he's helped create the chances. He makes the pass before the assist.
He's been very lively, and he's popping up in all sorts of places, being very difficult to track. He's one of 3 FEU standouts on the pitch right now. Diano. Firing it left-footed, and that's going to trickle in. Mar Diano on the score sheet. Left-footed, low.
That was a great touch from Diano to receive that ball, to keep it in play, to set himself up to take a chance.
Didn't have a lot of power in it, Mardiano. You can see why he's grinning. Perhaps got a bit of good fortune there. A little bit of assistance wala kay Del Riarte, but it won't matter. It's a goal. As a right back, perhaps you won't get too many in a season. That's 9 now for Kaya, and they still have quite a bit of time here to find themselves into double digits. Rota looking for the diagonal.
But you also have to give that to Diano. He's been timing his runs perfectly on that right-hand side, and really just being that support on attack.
Fitch Arboleda checks out for Odimenzi, who will be playing a left back. To conclude this match, Komaki shot is spilled. Meliza is there to pick up the pieces, and that is 10 for Kaya.
Meliza, of course, getting that brace. He's been relentless on the attack, picking up any loose balls, and then sends that one home in the back of an empty net. And it was also been hard for De La Riarte to really just get in the groove of the game. It was a forced substitution. He didn't have time to really warm up or get himself in this matchup. But nonetheless, Kaya FC taking advantage, finding the back of the net twice quickly in succession.
Daniels looking to curl that one. Del Riarte with a confidence booster touches that one wide. Gotta adjust quickly to life against Kaya FC Iloilo, and De La Riarte really needs to come to grips with this game quickly. Headed away. Rain now just starting to fall here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. And that one right in front of Odimenzi, who tucks that one away to make it 11. A great introduction into the lineup.
And at the moment, Philippine Army FC just stunned. Haven't really been able to bounce back. They were able to hold the Kaya FC off for the first 20 minutes or so of the second half. But once the floodgates reopened, it just never closed.
That's going to be pretty disappointing for Philippine Army because they, as you mentioned, Natasha, they did assert themselves quite well for moments in this game. You could see the promise. But they've opened up here in the last 10 minutes or so. And Kaya, you have to credit them. They've been ruthless.
Of course, credit where credit is due. Kaya FC. Not wasting any time.
When you look at that lineup, there's a lot of competition for places. There's no room for a player to come on and not show themselves. So you can see there's a lot of hunger within the likes of Paulo Bugas, Martini Ray, Odi Menzi, who's just come on. Everybody needs to pull their weight. Kenshiro Daniels, you need to show what you're capable of, or else minutes might be difficult to find.
That says a lot also how deep this squad is going to be for this season for Kaya FC. As he said, that starting 11, that's not exactly guaranteed. It's going to be based on performance.
Rare attempt for Army, but it is rather wayward as that one heads out for a throw in. I imagine there's going to be quite a bit of added time for this one. Just 4. Bit of a surprise, given the number of substitutions in the break of play to give treatment to Carl Viral. But perhaps no need to add more time to a scoreline that is rather one-sided.
As we said, it's been a rude awakening for Philippine Army FC.
Welcome back to the PFL, huh?
If I'm not mistaken, they're one of the only sides that do not have any foreign-based players.
I believe it's them and Tuloy. The only 2 teams. Army under a bit of pressure here. Going to relieve that by going long. Simone Rota, since coming on, he's been lively. He's been spraying passes, winning his duels.
So you have to say that regardless whether it's on the attacking end, the midfield, or in the back line, feels like it's been like for like substitutions all around the park.
How does he do it at 40 years of age, Simone Rota? What an inspiration. Great run from Bugas. We're going to pick out a teammate. Finds Meliza. Finds his hat trick. Bugas. Lovely play from him. Set that one up to perfection.
And that pass from Komaki to Bugas, the dummy run of Kenshiro Daniels, and the continued run of Meliza to know what Daniels was going to do.
It's one thing to get goals, but to get them in style and to create chances with regularity, that's what's most impressive here from Kaya.
As the rain pours, it's also been raining goals. The captain, Janjan Meliza, gets a hat trick. And well-deserved, I might add.
They've been robbed of possession. Chance here from distance. Komaki chasing that hat trick. Good work. That might be it.
But you also have to give it to Philippine Army. They've been also resilient throughout all this time, never stopped running. It's also how disciplined they are.
But unfortunately, just been outclassed in terms of the quality. Rather unfortunate as well, losing their goalkeeper. Chance here for Melisa. He's looking to square that into a teammate. We're past the 4 minutes.
And if there's only one thing missing from the whole play of Kaya to make this game, I'd say a perfect game for them, would be to score from a set piece. Would be to score from a corner.
This could be it. You never know. They've had quite a few opportunities from corner kicks. Could they put the icing on the cake? De La Riarte gets his hand to it. And he's just about able to put a stop to that. And that is it. Full time at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. The first of our doubleheader. Kaya FC Iloilo. It can't get more emphatic than that. 12 goals. None the opposite direction. The defending champions are off the mark in a big way.
And they're definitely here to make that statement. We are the team to beat for 2025-2026 Philippine Football League season. Again, they are the defending champions of the league. They will have a target on their back throughout this whole season. But a great way to open their account. It's definitely been a full team effort, not only in getting the goals, but to making sure as well that it is a clean sheet for them.
And the play was fluid, impressive, attractive, entertaining. Kaya FC Iloilo sending out a strong message to start things off this season. Meanwhile, for Philippine Army, back in the Philippine top flight, lots to ponder on, lots to improve upon as they look to reassert themselves at this level. We hope you enjoyed the action here to start things off. We still have one more game to look forward to this evening with Manila Digger set to take on Valenzuela PB Mendiola. That should be a fun one. We hope you enjoyed the opener of the season. Kaya FC Iloilo walking away with 3 points and plenty of goals to add to their goal difference. For my partner Natasha Alquiroz, my name is Jing Hamlang. We'll see you in the next game.
Football fans, please take your seats as we still have our seventh match in the opening day of our Philippines Football League 2025-26 season. The kickoff is at 7 o'clock p.m. between Valenzuela PB Mendiola Football Club and Manila Digger Football Club.
Okay, hello. Oh, okay.
Eddie. Okay. First game, first win. How did it feel to step onto the pitch and start the season this way?
Especially thank you to all the fans who are here. So sacrifice to watch the game. So it's feel happy, no? Because how many months na nag-rest kami, yung training namin, lahat ng sakripisyo namin, pinakita namin dito sa game na to. Worth it naman lahat ng ginawa namin. Pero may kaya pang i-adjust for the incoming games pa. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.